Well, talk about this matchup, man. I mean, I think the fans, as soon as this was announced, I think fans got really excited. Is this one that you're excited for?
Fans are excited anytime I fight, so it doesn't really matter who I'm fighting. It just all depends if the other guy's going to fight.
Does it seem like a guy that'll fight? Because it seems like to us he will.
Yeah, no, Derek always comes to fight. He's the Black Fedor, you know? Black Beast, Black Fedor, you know? It's all the same.
Obviously a big fight weekend over here in Vegas. How do you feel about being on the Fight Night card? Do you like your placement?
Yeah, no, the only reason why I got bumped from main event to co-main is because of the title fight, but we all really know who's going to set the fireworks off.
Obviously you mentioned Derek Lewis is the Black Fedor. Tell us a little bit about your training going into this one. Did you do anything different, anything stand out in your mind about the preparation for this fight?
I just trained with Maldonado, and then I just figured out how to beat him.
Where's your son today?
He's actually waiting to see the doctor.
Oh, no, okay, right?
Yeah, well, apparently you don't go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
No,
you're not one of those you're not one of those news journalists that actually reads into and get facts.
No, never.
So you're like Ariel. No, I'm just joking.
You were talking about Fabio Maldonado. I have to get your thoughts. What did you think of that Fedor performance against Maldonado? A lot of people are writing him off. Not many people want to see him in the UFC. Are you still one of the people that want to see Fedor come over to the company?
Yeah, no. I think Fedor could be whoever gets him the first time. Instead of being red panty night, it'll be black panty night, you know?
And seeing as obviously you got a big fight this fight weekend, is that possibly a fight that you'd go for with a win over Derek Lewis? Obviously, you're a big name in the heavyweight division. Is that a fight you'd be interested in?
Yeah, no. Fedor would be has always been on the wish list for I think any heavyweight that's really wanted to challenge himself. Then if Brock stays around, you know, that's a fight that that's another black panty night, you know.
Roy, break down what you see in Derek. I mean, obviously there's a lot of raw power there. Do you see technique as well, or do you feel like he's, lacks refinement?
No, I think it's like the thing about Derek is he comes out to try to knock you out. That's the reason why fans like the way he fights. Is I think that's what separates a lot of the guys now is if you're an old school fighter, you definitely stick out of the crowd. It's like the zebra, with the rest of the horses. You definitely, and that's why he stands out. It's because he's always trying to finish a fight, and that's the one thing you got to respect as a fighter. Is anybody that tries to finish the fight, as a fight fan, that's who I'm trying to watch fight.
Do you feel like
when
that
you see a guy
mindset is starting to fade? Do you feel like that mindset is starting to fade a little bit? Because you say these old school fighters just stick out.
It's definitely fading, but the ones that actually still fight that way, they always stick out.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why if you see a decline in MMA, it's because they're not old school fighters.
I'll say when you see a guy like that, I mean, it would seem like if he has a weakness, it'd be his ground game a little bit. You obviously are skilled there, but I know how much you like to brawl as well. So how do you break it down? Is it a thing where you want to go toe-to-toe and kind of put on a show and prove manhood, or you feel like there's strategy to it?
I think, my last fight showed that there was a lot of strategy. It was the first time I actually actually did a game plan, which was surprised enough that I actually stuck to it because I really wanted to knock his head off a lot more. But he wouldn't stay in the pocket and wouldn't stay there and trade. So, but it's a 3-round fight. I'm all about trying to get that fight as fast as possible just because I'm a heavyweight, we're lazy. We like to get that done and over with.
Roy, a big story this weekend is Brock Lesnar's return to the UFC. Have you thought about crossing the aisle the other way and trying to get Vince McMahon's contact and reach out and be a crossover star?
I would love to go WWE. I think in our contracts we're not allowed to do that. There's some people that get that little extra leeway, but now I think everybody's kind of going that way. I might as well just try it. I mean, I'll talk to Dana and say, hey, can we do this?
How do you see Mark Hunt versus Brock Lesnar going?
I think it's a stylistic matchup. It all really depends on how long Brock's known about this. If he's known this for about 6 months to a year, 2 years, how long he's been out? Anybody? 4? So maybe he's been planning this for 4 years. He's like, I want Mark Hunt. I'm gonna work on it, whatever. But it's stylistically, I think if Mark puts his hands on him, I think the fight's gonna be over. But if Brock gets that, big power, takedown, and then you got a 265-pound to probably a 275-pound man that cuts, it's a butt and a half to try to get up.
You fought pretty much everyone at heavyweight at this point. With a guy like Derek Lewis, he's one of the younger heavyweights. Do you see this as a thing you want to do in the future, just fighting up and comers, or do you have plans for the remaining fights you have in the UFC for yourself?
My plan is to fight for the belt. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, but I'm all about Black Panty Night. So whatever that is, I'm all about that one.
Who do you think wins that title fight between Alistair and Steven?
Oh, you got two different, because you got Alistair. Alistair's not his old self. He's an athlete now. So, and Stipe's an athlete. They're not that old school fighter where they're trying to really try to knock you out. They're trying to play that little and then all of a sudden you might see something happen. So you got to watch just because it's heavyweights, because there's that one punch. But I probably give it to Stipe because I think Stipe is just a better athlete.
See a guy you would rather rematch over Alistair?
No, I'd rather rematch over Alistair over Stipe. Just because name recognition, that's more Black Panty Night than Stipe.
If things go well for you this week, how far away realistically do you think you are from that title?
It's the UFC. I could be good for 3 fights ago, 2 fights ago. I could be good for this next fight. They say tomorrow they pull out. I could be fighting John Jones, and I might be a little overweight for the fight, but I could fight for against John Jones. You never know.
Thank you, guys.
Last question. Last question. Anyone? It's your chance. It's your chance. No?
Roy, could you just, any memories you had after the fight with Kimbo Slice? Did you guys have a good bond in the house afterwards?
Yeah, no, I think I think Ultimate Fighter season of ours, where they really could have changed the whole season up, where everybody would be like, dude, I gotta watch Ultimate Fighter, was Kimbo was actually my roommate. We stayed in the same room together, and that's where we actually became really good friends, and that's where we actually had a friendship after that.
Sorry, fellas.
Sorry, guys. You guys are all assholes. Sorry.
Sorry.